Yalla yalla my habibis, it's your boy Mystopia here once again coming at you with a lazy video. So apologies for the lack of uploads recently. I've been kinda busy, first with school and then with Elden Ring. And I haven't really been playing Dofus. Today I'm just gonna talk you, like the title says, about when should you upgrade your sets, and or more specifically, when do I think you should upgrade your sets. And this is just kind of my opinion and based on like how I think is a good way to approach upgrading your equipment and stuff like that. So yeah, today I'm gonna present this information in a form of a PowerPoint. Here's just the basic structure of the presentation today. So first I'm gonna show you kind of like what is the maybe optimal or smartest way of approaching gearing your characters, and then I'm gonna show you my preference, and then I'm gonna show you the kind of the way where you waste most commas in the sense of like getting the most different kind of sets at different levels. And then I'm just gonna demonstrate a little bit how I create sets in Dofus book or Dofus lab and give you an example of that process. And then I'm gonna give you some suggestion sets, like generic stuff and some generic items that work on almost every character. So yeah. Most of the game's content is at endgame, and especially like at level 199 and even at 200 now. I think the gear is so cheap that if you're being completely honest here, you should probably just straight away buy an endgame set. So the pros of doing this, like getting straight away like a level 199 or level 200 set, is that power leveling is easier than ever in the game. It's never been this easy to reach. Generic items like you see here for level 199, these are all quite cheap, and basically the only price comes from the bebbles, and on some of these items not like the bebbles don't even affect it that much because there's so many of them in the game. And honestly, level 190 sets hold their own in PvM. Like you can do a lot of endgame content with this kind of stuff, and maybe some solo quests and like maybe some achievement runs and dreams you'll get into difficulties, but in most cases level 199 sets is actually gonna get you very far in the game. But the cons with this approach is it's not very practical for a new player. For example, they don't really know where to lead, they don't know what items to get at the end game, or what class they want to play, and obviously they don't have the funds. Maybe even though they are affordable, they are still kind of like expensive, more expensive than the lower level sets, of course. You also get less time to learn your class as you work towards your levels. And also, if you just straight up go for a PvM set at endgame, you really miss out on some PvP, because at lower levels the difference between a PvM and PvP set is much lower than at higher levels. And also there is that thing that some quest fights are actually easier at lower levels, so skipping straight to the endgame might give you, in some sense, some kind of trouble with some classes in some quest fights and stuff like that. But here is what I usually like to do. So I like to get my first set at level 60, because this is where you get access to mounts, more specifically dragon turkeys. They are very good at the moment, and you get the Karakap hat, which gives you 1 AP and you can get some nice vitality on it, and of course the Gelano. When you build a set like this, you focus on getting like a vitality overmates with items with range and summons and stuff like that, or just use the transcendence vitality runes. That's an option too. You can easily get to like 10 AP, 5 MP, and up to 4 range. You can get higher, but I think this is like, you don't really... It's always nice to have a lot of AP and MP, but this is honestly pretty good for the early game, and you get some decent elemental stats too. And you can do PvP with a well-made set like this. You can do PvM and PvP at level 60 like just fine with a one set. Then after that, I think around 120 to 130 is a pretty good spot to upgrade your set again. With the level 60 set, you can get quite easily to level 100 in my opinion, and then maybe you need to do some power leveling for like the few levels in between, or just get some upgrade your trophies first and then start working on this and do some questing and stuff like that. So it's really easy to get 16 AP, 6 MP, and 6 range. Or even 12/6/6 if you just invest a little bit more. And around this time you get some nice items like the Solomon and For example, the Janus Wabbit set and the other mutant Wabbit set, stuff like that. This set will last you a lot. It will last you a long time. Like if you make this well with some good AP, some good vitality and stats, you can easily get like 800 to 900 elemental stats, and then like 2.5k HP. And over time that will increase when you level up. And it's easy to get to. I think you can get to quite close to end game. You might need to do some power leveling around like 180, 170 if you're not going to upgrade a set. Before that, if you like work towards getting a set with this gear, which is I think this gear is what you need, is plenty for you to make some money. You can't obviously do the content that would straight up give you the resources for the end game sets, like I showed you the examples in the previous slide, but you can make money to buy the things. And this is, I think this is quite a waste to get like sets this often, but I guess it's actually it is kind of fun. And you have a sense of like upgrading gear and working towards like more often, so that's also kind of nice. So I just kind of, this is suggestions. Like first set after like gobble sets, of course, is to get the set at level 60. Then you could get a new set at level 80 when you get like the royal blobs items and stuff like that. There's some other nice sets there. And then at level 100 you upgrade your trophies, of course, you get the Seekers and Nomads and stuff like that. Then like I mentioned, at 130 you get access to a lot of nice and decent sets at that level. Then at level 60, 150 to 160, you get, of course, the highest tier of trophies, which you will need for the rest of the game almost. Well, at level 200 you might not need them anymore if you just use Dofuses and set bonuses and stuff like that. Then at 180 you get like the Dimension second tier equipment and some free Ghost 2 equipment, like for example the Snowfolk sets, like the Tengu Snowfolk sets, and then you get the XLIII set at level 180 around that time. Then at level 199 you have the Alistair, Brossery, Otomai, Nileza, Mrs. Freeze, and Donator sets, and all those items, which are, especially the Donator, Otomai, and Brossery, and Alistair is really easy to get nowadays. Then at level 200 there's a lot of options, especially like the Sophokia area mobs. Those items are really powerful. There's like Cthulhu Mask and Menno Belt and stuff like that, and they are also very affordable because the dungeons are quite easy and the resources are, well, actually some mob resources might be the most expensive part, but it's really easy to get these items, your hand on these items. And then after that you can start working on like an end game set with proper legendary items and exos and stuff like that. So you want to plan your sets beforehand in Dofus Book or Dofus Lab. At the moment I prefer Dofus Book again, like I mentioned on my last video. It's like I spend a lot of times on these sites just trying to come up with combinations that I like for like the best stats and options for my level and my like what I want from the build. And you get a preview into how much damage this kind of a build could do. This is also one of the reasons why I at the moment use Dofus Book again, because it's up to date with the spells. Dofus Lab still has some old spells and you don't get an accurate representation of your potential damage. And of course you can, with these sites you can find the best options for your budget too. You have to compare like in-game prices and what gives you good stats in the site and stuff like that. And there's of course no shame in asking for help. For example, the Echo Discord server, there's channels for just asking for like set suggestions for your class, and you can, if you just mention your level, and most likely somebody will give you like good actual helpful suggestions. But you might need to like realize that there's like an optimal set available, which you might not like, but is like just in practice the best idea to go for. So I'm just now gonna pause my presentation actually for a bit, and we're gonna hop on to Dofus Book, and I'm gonna show you how I build a set. Okay, here we are in Dofus Book. Hopefully I notice in time if my webcam is blocking anything meaningful, but yeah, we'll see. So we're just gonna start. You do need to create an account actually to use this site. So that's a nice thing about Dofus Lab, that you don't need to necessarily create an account. Well, although on both sites it's easier to just like save your sets if you have your own account and like revisit them and yeah, stuff like that. So we're just gonna make a new set. I think we're gonna I don't think there's really point for me to show like a level 60 on set like earlier than that, because at that point, in my opinion, the sets are really not like tailored to a specific build or class. They are more like a generic sets. Of course, there's some exceptions, but I'm just gonna show you because I've been thinking about the new Enotroph, and I've been wanting to maybe try out a chance MP reduction build with high water damage to work with this new spell that triggers every time you do MP reduction. So we're just gonna name this build just a test, and we're gonna do Enotroph level 130. Around that level, we'll lower this if the end result is with a set that doesn't use level 30 items. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna put any tags here, so we're just gonna start. So we're gonna go with chance, so let's just put our points right there. Yeah, let's make a high roll set with scrolls. So we are looking for 3 things: chance, actually more things. We are looking for chance, range, AP, MP reduction, and water damage. So we want to have at least 11 AP and 6 MP. So I think still the best way to go, even though the new update did give you a lot of good options. So, but I still think Nomad and Saker is like just a no-brainer option to do. So we're just gonna start with that. Probably you could make a really proper set with the set combinations too, but we're just gonna this time do with the Nomad and Saker because this is what I'm most used to it. So then at level 130 we are still going to use Gelano because the rings are actually not that good in general at these low levels. There are some decent ones now, but like in general the rings don't have that great stats anyway, so you might as well just use an Gelano, and you can even pretty easily get an AP MP Gelano. I think it's around 2 million kamas nowadays, a little bit more expensive actually. I think the price has gone up a little bit. It always fluctuates a little bit. And this is a good investment because I will later show you can actually use this item at level 199 too. It like actually works pretty well at that level too. Not always, depends on what kind of items you want to use, but like I personally think that APMB Gelano is a really good investment you should consider because you can use that for a long time. Anyways, so we're gonna put the rest of the trophies later, even though I'm pretty sure what they are gonna end up be anyway. But of course, always when you make a set, if you like scroll down, because this gives you like based on your level here, and if you scroll down and don't find an item you particularly enjoy for that slot, for that level, remember to just check like maybe a few levels up to see if like it opens some more items, like good items. Like here we just increased a little bit, but as you can see the rings don't really get available too much more after level 130. And we are going to anyway get the Janus Wabbit ring. This is the French name. That's one downside to Dofus because things are still in French for some reason, even if you put it to English here. But this is like perfect for our character because it gives decent vitality, 10 water damage. This is really big. Like it's actually kind of rare for a ring this level could give like this good stats because it also gives you range and MP reduction. So all of the things we're looking for basically. And then I think because we're gonna use more items from this set, and I think the boots, they do not actually give you elemental damage. Let's check the amulet. Does that give you an elemental damage? It does, but it gives MP reduction, but it doesn't give range. The boots do get range, and then you have the, because I'm considering between this and this, because here you get the 2 range actually, and you can get the vitality up. You even get some resistance, and also like you get the 10 damage equivalent, but you don't get MP reduction. But I don't think there's a boots that give MP, like chance boot that give you MP reduction anyway. So let's go back to the field actually. Because we want to use at least 2 items of the Janus Wabbit set. And if you're not using Nomad and Saker, you want to use all of the items. So Xelomorph set is the only other option that gives you like MP reduction. We could go for the boots, give you MP reduction also, but it doesn't give elemental damage. I'm not sure which one to choose at the moment. This would give you actually a little bit more stats having those boots, and then we would have the amulet there. But we'll see how our range comes up. Let's just try these for now, because I am a fan of that. No, actually, no. We're not gonna use the boots because we for sure want to use the Xelomorph cloak. Yeah, this is just the best option for that level for our purposes here. Yeah, so for that reason we cannot be using these boots because we want to use 2 items. Actually, 2 range. What's the Z bonus on Janus Wabbit set? Let's see. I forgot they updated these set bonuses in the, like other than AP and MP. So okay, same amount, but this give you MP reduction. Okay, so we do want to use actually. I stand corrected. We want to use the Xelomorph set. And then here we want to for sure have the Spring Leaf or Autumn Leaf. I'm not sure. I don't remember the exact English name. So what are we looking at? We're looking at already 10 AP and 5 MP. So we do need 1 AP from somewhere. And I think we are going with a... Let me think about the other options, because a Dragon Turkey would give us really nice amount of vitality. Let's check out the weapons. If there's like a chance weapon I really want to use, you can let's filter down a little bit. So chance and MP reduction. Okay, there are some options. Oh yes, this one, and this also gives you like a fun follower kind of thing. 12 water damage, because I'm thinking here that we could just use Axel, the level 72, around that level. Shovel that gives you an AP and water damage and summons, which is a really nice item. But this also gives you a range. Then we would be using a Rhine-Eagle, which is not necessarily a problem. This gives you an initiative 2 and resistance. Okay, let's go with this staff. Let's see. So we are 1 range off, and we need 1 MP and AP from somewhere. Okay, well the MP we get with the AP MP Gelano, which we are willing to invest into at this stage. Then I think we'll go with the Rhine-Eagle. So as you can see, I already like know a lot of the options. So for a person who's not really used to looking through all of the items in the game, or maybe don't have experience on that, you might need to most likely look like longer times for your options. But I'm just advancing kind of fast here because I already know what items are good for my purposes. We're gonna go with this shield because it gives you nice MP reduction and range damage. Our helmet is most likely going to be the Royal Master Gopal helmet here. I'm just checking the other options. We do need 1 more range. This would give us 1 more range, and this gives us 2 summons, 50 and 200 vitality. Nice wisdom do. This one gives us lower wisdom. Yeah, I think it's a no-brainer choice here. Doesn't give you resistance, this one does, but maybe not that relevant. So we're still lacking 1 range if we want to get exactly 6 range, which is the maximum. Let's look at the belts. I don't think there's actually a good chance belt that gives you range. There is in the belt, but we already are using set bonuses, which I don't think we're gonna give up on the other ones. But hey, I'm looking at the Captain Starlight belt. This is not looking bad at My other options would be... This is not too bad either. Gives 2 range. This belt is actually like really crazy. The stats on this, even the damages are decently high. But this gives us more stats. Yeah, we get more chant power combined. We get critical hits, and we don't need 2 range. And we get a fire resistance and 1 higher damage. So yeah, we're gonna go with this one. Just yeah, it doesn't give wisdom, so this is the better option. So here we're already looking at pretty nice stats. I haven't that much been focused. We have decent water damage. So I think I am going to now... Let's assume we don't have the Dofus. Even though it's pretty easy to get. Obviously you would want to use... Yeah, it's actually included. It's... You want to have the Crimson Dofus. The stats are just insane for this level. So we want to use the chance trophy. This one, we get 50. We want to use an MP reduction trophy. Let's see. MP reduction. Well, this gets us to 90. We could get to 100 MP reduction if we wanted, or just increase our damage. I don't think it's worth to get the water damage trophy, so I think in this situation we should get probably the chance trophy. Honestly, this can be any. Maybe even actually a Emerald Dofus for some nice vitality. But you could use a chance power trophy here, or MP reduction, or like water damage trophy. So the weapon does actually decent damage. Like, not that good. You won't be using it that much. With the critical hit, it can do decent amount of your rate. It's not that bad. But usually you're not going to be using the weapon too much here. So let's check out the spells. Coins throwing, decent damage here. But this is the one I'm more interested in. This new spell. Although it has kind of a low range, but it triggers with like up to 190 per MP reduction, and you can get MP reduction with the Soul of Judgment, which also does nice damage. You don't get access to this one yet, which is a shame, and not access to this one yet, which also like triggers the MP loss there. But you have the Soul of Judgment and you have the Slaughtering Soul. So actually, maybe at this level you're not too interested in using the Spade Keys yet, but this is not an Enu guide. I don't know why I'm spending so much time on this. So yeah, these are pretty nice stats, and for other chance characters you just would not focus that much on the MP reduction and focus more on some other stuff. But we get almost 100 MP reduction, which at this level probably is going to be pretty decent. And then we can get easily like at least 600 more vitality by maging. Either with like Transcendence runes or over maging with the sync from AP and MP and stuff like that. So we can get at least easily 600, maybe a bit more, but 600 is a conservative estimate. So you get almost 3k HP at this level already. 11 AP, 6 MP, and 6 range, so this set will last you a long time. Okay, here we are again, back with the PowerPoint presentation. So here I'm just gonna give you some set ideas. So this is an example of a level 160 set, agility. Funny enough, usually I'm using the Mad Tofu Cloak, which gives you 1 MP and 100 agility, but for some reason I wasn't able to work it in with like 5 MP build. Probably we can get an MP somewhere smarter. Because you get one from there, so... Yeah, no, I think the AP was the problem that you would be missing. Anyway, so here you get around... Here you get around 500 agility, 5 range, 5 MP, 5 MP, 10 AP, and if you get some around 600 vitality over mage again, you get to pretty good vitalities here. The mount helps also a lot. Actually, I'm not sure if the Smith Magus was included here yet. Let me double check. Okay, yeah. The 600 these sets already include built-in 600 Vitality Overmage. Then example for level 120, 130, around that bracket. This is, I think this is written. No, it's actually not. You don't need an AP MP Gelano here, but you do need the trophies, and you get to read it like without scrolling. Even you get to 900 intelligence, so you get to 1000 if you scroll. And this is also has the Vitality Overmage, which actually you can get even more than this is proving here. So you get to 1.5k Vitality and like up to 1k intelligence already. And like 4 range AP MP. I just used Elio here as an example for intelligence for this level. In general, I think at this level, your intelligence gear is the best options, because you get access to the Limbo one, which is just an insane item. Then for level 199, this is really good generic, well, not generic intense, because it's a close combat strength build, which is actually an extremely budget option in my opinion, because this belt will cost you like 600 kk, this weapon will cost you like 1 MK maybe. You don't even need an AP on the... This actually doesn't have any like overmages. You can get your Vitality easily up to like 1.5k, 1.6k even. You get 1.4k strength. The damages are a little low. They are not showing here, but they are around 80, neutral and earth. So yeah, I think for a budget player, a strength set at level 199 is your best option, because the items are really good and the prices are cheap, and you also get access to the Cloak of the 1000 Excuses, which is really insane item. Then for level 200, this is actually not a proper suggestion here. This is just a fun build I came up with, because for level 200, your options are so vast that you just need to personally look through what kind of build you want. So this is just an example of an intelligence chance build for maybe a Foggernaut example, which utilizes the wand. And I aim to get like high water and fire damage. And this is no AP or MP exos, so you get all of the AP and MP listed here from just the items here. No exo mages and over mages actually at all yet here. So with the wand and ambush with Foggernaut, for example, you do a lot of damage with this set, and you could upgrade this by replacing these with a Crimson Dofus and an Ice Dofus, which would significantly also increase your damage again. But yeah, just at level 200 you can do even stuff like this, which is just super fun builds. But yeah, I really just recommend you go toying around with the Dofus book and Dofus lab yourself. So yeah, that would be all for my video this time. Thank you for listening to my PowerPoint presentation. We'll see how long this video ends up being after the editing, but thank you for watching. Please remember to comment, like and subscribe, share this video, and hopefully this was any kind of help to you. In my mind, this was gonna be a very helpful video, but we'll see how it turns out and how well my thoughts actually translated to new players or players who don't know that much about like equipment and your choices. But yeah, if you liked, comment, do that, and subscribe, and see you in the next episode at some point, at some time, I don't know. The new LEGO Star Wars game is coming out tomorrow, so I might be playing a lot of that. But yeah, peace. Bye-bye.